Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. B&B spoilers, Carter Walton's epic fall from grace. This week on The Bold and the Beautiful, all hell will break loose at Forrester Creations. After weeks of plotting, Carter Walton's Lawrence St. Victor takeover was a big failure and he will have to pay the consequences. Can the former Dudley Do-Right ever be redeemed? Keep reading to find out. Here's what's coming up next on The Bold and the Beautiful. Carter Walton has been a fixture at Forrester Creations for 10 years. The handsome lawyer and businessman has been very popular with Bold and Beautiful viewers over the years, and they have often complained about writers not giving him more screen time. Well, Carter Walton is front and center now, and not in a good way. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers say the jig is up for Carter and Hope Logan Annika Noel, and it's safe to say his career at Forrester Creations is up. At this stage, Carter doesn't have a friend left in Los Angeles except for Hope Logan, who happens to be the most hated woman in town right now. By the end of the week, Carter could be bussing tables at his father-in-law's restaurant Il Giardino. Carter's only hope for redemption is to cut ties with Hope Logan and plead temporary insanity and beg his friends for forgiveness. Sadly, Carter is smitten with Hope and we all know that he won't do that. There aren't a lot of options left for Carter, unless he gets some unexpected financing and is able to start his own company. Rumor has it Carter might go work for Bill Spencer Don Diamond, but there's nothing substantial to back that up. B&B spoilers, Carter Walton's epic fall from grace. Carter Walton, a character who has always prided himself on his integrity and loyalty, is about to experience an intense downfall on The Bold and the Beautiful. B&B. As a lawyer for Forrester Creations, a man who has been entangled in love, loyalty, and personal struggle, Carter's once solid standing is now teetering on the edge of ruin. His professional, emotional, and moral worlds are about to collide in a way that no one, least of all Carter himself, could have predicted. The collapse of Carter's career. For years, Carter Walton has been a figure of legal prowess in the Forrester world. His sense of justice has made him an admired and trusted confidant to many key players in the business, including the Forrester family themselves. However, as his personal life becomes more intertwined with the drama and chaos surrounding the company, cracks are beginning to form in his previously untouchable persona. The first signs of Carter's fall from grace come as his loyalties are called into question. While always a man of principles, he has been slowly and surely dragged into a web of deceit by the very people he holds in the highest regard. His professional integrity is now threatened by his emotional entanglements and a series of dangerous decisions that he has made out of love, desperation, and guilt. As he struggles to navigate his relationships with Quinn, Eric, and the ever-manipulative Sheila, Carter's legal acumen is increasingly overshadowed by the questionable decisions he makes off the clock. As his personal relationships spiral out of control, Carter begins to falter in his work. His once spotless reputation at Forrester Creations is shattered as he makes a series of mistakes that even his former allies can no longer overlook. Clients begin to lose faith in him, and other colleagues begin to see cracks in his previously pristine exterior. The very essence of his career is now in jeopardy, and Carter's place at the company may be nearing its expiration. Quinn and Carter, a love that will never be. At the heart of Carter's downfall lies his tragic love affair with Quinn Forrester. Initially, their relationship was one of passionate desire, something unexpected in the midst of their chaotic worlds. Quinn, married to the powerful Eric Forrester, is no stranger to complicated relationships. She and Carter shared a forbidden bond, with Carter constantly torn between his moral compass and his undeniable attraction to her. But what started as a whirlwind romance quickly descended into a dangerous game of emotional manipulation. Carter, believing in their love, stood by Quinn even as the stakes grew higher. Quinn's inability to fully commit to him, torn by her loyalty to Eric, has left Carter in a state of perpetual emotional turmoil. Now, faced with the growing pressure from both his job and the increasing tension in his relationship with Quinn, Carter finds himself at a crossroads. As the affair deepens, Carter finds himself increasingly isolated from the rest of the Forrester family. While Quinn has her own complex emotional struggles with Eric, Carter's attachment to her begins to cloud his judgment. Their affair, once a private secret, begins to affect not only their personal lives but also the business that Carter has worked so hard to protect. Quinn's divided loyalties push Carter to make choices that will ultimately cost him everything, from his career to his self-respect. Carter and Sheila, a dangerous alliance. As if the affair with Quinn weren't enough to push him over the edge, Carter's interactions with Sheila Carter, yes, they share the same last name, but any other connection is purely coincidental, introduce an even darker twist in his downfall. Sheila, who is notorious for her criminal past, continues to lurk in the background of Forrester creations, manipulating anyone she can to achieve her personal goals. Sheila's influence on Carter will prove to be one of the most damaging aspects of his eventual downfall. Having been charmed by Sheila's cunning, Carter finds himself drawn into her schemes. What begins as a seemingly innocent helping hand from a troubled woman quickly turns into a series of morally questionable decisions. Carter, already emotionally fragile due to his situation with Quinn, is easily swayed by Sheila's promises of support, even as her true intentions become more apparent. In a desperate bid to salvage his shattered life, Carter will find himself inadvertently helping Sheila in her plans, and this association will lead to his undoing. The more he continues to assist her, the more his own moral compass starts to bend. Soon, the once respected lawyer is embroiled in the same kind of manipulations and deceit that Sheila has long been known for, and his descent into moral ambiguity becomes irreversible. The betrayal that will change everything. Despite Carter's best efforts to hold on to his dignity and his position within the Forrester family, betrayal is the final blow to his once revered status. As his relationship with Quinn deepens, the walls begin to close in. The secret of their affair will inevitably be exposed. And when the truth comes out, it will shake the Forrester family to its very core. Quinn's betrayal of Eric, once the cornerstone of her marriage, will have ripple effects throughout the Forrester empire. Carter, who once stood by Quinn through thick and thin, will become the object of disdain from those who once trusted him. The fallout from the affair will prove disastrous not only for Carter's career but also for his relationships. The Forrester family will turn against him, and his already crumbling reputation will be completely obliterated. In the aftermath, Carter's personal relationships will also suffer. He will face intense feelings of regret and guilt, realizing that his own actions have destroyed everything he held dear. Quinn, too, will be forced to confront her choices and the consequences of betraying Eric, someone who had been so loyal to her. Both of their lives will unravel in a painful process, and the fall from grace will be long, drawn out, and heart-wrenching. Carter's redemption, a long road ahead. Even as Carter spirals into the deepest part of his fall from grace, there may still be hope for redemption. The Bold and the Beautiful has a long history of redemption arcs, and Carter's could be one of the most poignant. The question remains whether Carter can rebuild his career and personal life from the rubble of his past mistakes. It won't be easy. Carter will have to confront the damage he has caused to those around him, particularly Quinn, Eric, and the Forrester family. And while his career might be lost for good, Carter may find new purpose in repairing the broken relationships he's left in his wake. Whether Carter's redemption will be a sweet triumph or a tragic lesson in the consequences of his actions remains to be seen. But one thing is certain, Carter Walton's fall from grace will be a defining chapter in The Bold and the Beautiful, one that will echo for years to come.